Hey everyone, so today I'm going to talk about surgery number 2. So, I have the diagnosis of Rydell's thyroiditis, and I am being treated at Johns Hopkins University. So, I believe I had one appointment down there, and they couldn't believe how fast it was growing. And the endocrinologist actually brought in an ENT on that appointment. So, they decided to put me on tamoxifen and see how I would do with that treatment. There have been other people with Rydell's thyroiditis that have used tamoxifen, and they have seen results. And since mine was growing so quickly, they thought that along with using the tamoxifen, surgery would be the best option, just to buy me some time right now. So they were gonna do surgery and relieve the pressure on my trachea. They were going to do an isthmus removal. So I did a little drawing just to show you exactly what it is so you could understand. So, here's a picture of your neck. This is your thyroid gland. It sort of resembles a butterfly. So, here's the right lobe, here's the left lobe, and the part that connects the two is referred to as the isthmus. So, mine was actually tightening around my trachea, which this is your trachea, and causing me to choke when I would eat or take medications. So, for the second surgery, they wanted to go in and remove the isthmus. So then that way I wouldn't be choking on solid foods and medications. Then they would try and remove as much of the left lobe as they could, and then the right lobe. So, how did the surgery go? Well, so I was supposed to go in, have that done, the isthmus removal, get what they can out, recover for like 2 hours, and then be sent home. Well, when I woke up, it was a different story. During surgery, my RLN, or recurrent laryngeal nerve, on my left side was nicked. So, what happened is, because it was nicked, my RLN on the left side got paralyzed. That controls your vocal cords. So I had a paralyzed vocal cord. So when I woke up from surgery, I had a very hard time talking, eating and drinking, and breathing. Because your vocal cords actually help control all that. So, and my oxygen level also was off. So I got moved to a recovery room for like an overnight stay, like an inpatient thing. Well, I was only there, I guess, for maybe a couple hours, and they decided that I needed to be moved to the surgical ICU unit, also known as SICU. So they moved me to SICU. After surgery, I was in SICU for 2 days. I did have to meet with a speech therapist and be evaluated and also get some help to see what I could do to help improve my swallowing and my talking. So, when I was sent home 2 days after surgery, I could talk but not very well. I could not eat solid foods. I could not drink liquids, which really everybody had a hard time understanding. Like, you think that you would be able to drink liquids, but what happens is your vocal folds open and shut to eat and drink. So when mine's not opening and shutting the right way, it leaves more room and the fluid actually goes down really quick. So that's why I was having a hard time with liquids. I would actually aspirate. So when I would take a drink of a liquid, it would go into my lungs. So I was put on, it's like a thickener, and I could only have thickened liquids at first and soft solids after my surgery. So let me just show you that. I want to show you an example of what I would use to even drink. So I was using an actual sponge, after surgery, and that's how I had to drink. So, here we go. Yep, this is how I would drink liquids after my second surgery. I would have to dip that in water or whatever I wanted to drink, and then suck on it. So a lot of people don't know this part of how hard it was. Imagine not being able to take a drink and sitting there and having to use the sponge. Or when the speech therapist evaluated me in the hospital and I tried drinking liquids without aspirating or solid food without choking or even talking. It was very hard and very frustrating that I wasn't able to do that. I had no idea before surgery that could have happened. I realized that my voice might have been different, but I didn't realize everything else that it controls with the breathing and the eating and the drinking. So I had a hard time accepting that after surgery. Now, when the surgeon went in my neck and opened me up, it really was a mess in there. So this fibrosis mass is seriously wrapped around everything in my neck.